Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up the month of September in our planners. And I've got some washi tapes here ready to go, as well as these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, let's go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get started. I cannot believe it's already going to be September in just a week or two. Summer's almost over, kids are going back to school, things are happening. It doesn't feel like fall's around the corner though. Everything is so hot where I live. So I'm looking forward to some cooler weather hopefully to come, but it probably will be a minute. But anyway, so in September, one of the things that I always want to do and sometimes forget or sometimes can't because of COVID is to go apple picking. Like I said, where I live, it's just so much hotter than most places at the time where people usually go to pick apples, so I sometimes forget to think about it until it's too late. But September is the month, apparently, when apples ripen, and we do have some mountain areas nearby where we have apple trees and apple farms. So I really wanted to make sure I got out and got some apples this year. I always forget. So I was thinking about that, and I thought, well, it'd be really cute to do an apple-themed spread for September, since it's not quite fall, but you know, apples kind of make me think of fall, and I wanted to have some fall feels, but not like fall colors quite yet, because I still have some, you know, summer left to do. So I thought this was a nice alternative with the, you know, brighter greens and the red apples not being either one of those seasonal feels. I have a few books here that I'm pulling from. I have a Happy Year sticker book that I actually got two of. I have used those apples before in a previous spread, so luckily I had about 5 or 6 apples left over from the spread I had done before, and it was just enough, I thought, to make this spread work with the idea I have in mind. I'm also bringing in some branches from another sticker book, just because I feel like I need some green leaves that match up well with the leaves I'm going to be using here. And there were also a few solid colored green leaves that were in that same Happy Year sticker book, but I think they were meant to go with something else. But we're going to make them work here as well because they were the right shade of green. I also have already cut up a basic box sticker that looked like a wooden background and have made that into a crate of apples down there below. Cut it down and then cut one apple in half, or kind of in half, and layered it there so it looks like the box is full of apples. I've also pulled in a few quotes from the seasonal fall sticker book there that I have open on the left, and they had that nice scripty feel that I really thought was a good match for this spread. Not too overwhelming, but gave you a nice light feel, and had some really cute quotes about the first day of fall and it's fall, y'all, so I can just get ready for fall as it comes in. You may have seen me do a spread similar to this one in the past. Not exactly the same, but making a tree trunk out of this wall washi I got from Daiso. And I learned a few things back then, one of which was to match up the wood grain. So that's why it looks like I have a lot of waste there. I'm looking for the wood grain that matches up so that the tree looks seamless as it goes towards the top. And I'll save that other washi for other uses and even use it here in a minute to make a nice branch to go on my tree trunk. I really liked this idea of having a full tree trunk kind of off the side there. Very The Giving Tree feels with the red and the green in the tree trunk. Yeah, if you guys ever read that book as a kid, The Giving Tree, that was one of my favorites, and so this tree really just gave me all those feels as I was building it out there on the side. So like I said, I'm going to save the rest. I made a little branch out of some of that excess I had cut off, and we will just call it a day. I was thinking to make more than one branch, but I think one is enough to sell the idea I want to do here, which is basically an apple tree with some falling apples into the month. I'm going to play around with the positioning of things, trying to figure out how I'm going to use this sidebar this month. I do use a sidebar pretty frequently. I like to track any events that are happening in the month, and then I also have been tracking the books that I've been reading each month. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to keep the tree look, but also have space for those things here in the sidebar. And I use my monthly for a short memory each day, so it's just like a little brief. I've been doing more of a summary, honestly, because I really don't have much going on. So I've just been kind of summarizing the things I've been doing each day, and if there was something to call out, something important or something memorable, I'll put it in. But for the most part, it's like, today I went to my physical therapy appointment, like kind of lame, but 'tis my life, and it is kind of fun to go back and see what I was doing on certain days, and if there was some special event, like just what happened. And so I really like this use of the monthly layout. It allows me to memory keep, but very non-committally, and it's just enough for me. I don't have to put any photos together. I don't have to really think too hard about making it super cute. I just write it in, and I think overall it's just a nice way to kind of track time. So that's how I use it, and I need the space in each of the actual dated days. So I like to use up the empty boxes at the front and at the bottom whenever there is some for decor. And then sometimes in the sidebar, but like I said, we're going to have to figure out how to work around this very large decor piece here in my sidebar this month. So I'm looking at alternatives here as far as box stickers now, looking for ways to make it look good but not, again, be too cumbersome, taking away too much from that tree trunk and the whole theme. So I'm just looking through everything I pulled. And originally I thought I was going to bring in a little bit more of the feels from the Plannything stickers here, the houses and trees. But that tree is such a large scale when I look at it compared to some of the items in here. It doesn't quite work with her stickers like I was hoping it would. So I'm just going to go back through and look and see if I can find some other elements to really work in here in the other books I've pulled. What was really tripping me up with that green apple box sticker was that it was just like a solid color that was really detracting from the clean lines of the tree and, just like the white space feel. And I think I found a good solution here. Having this guy with a more colorful box, outlined box with just a hint of color, I think is going to work a lot better. So I'm just going to set that up for either my events or for my books and figure out what we're going to do for my other box that I need. And I'm still struggling, like I said, with that green. I do need two boxes, so I'm trying to figure out how I could best use them both here. And I mean, I could go in and try to find another colorful box in a different sticker book, but I think I'm going to be able to make it work with these guys here, just kind of layering them together. I don't think it's quite as awkward without the rounded top there on that box sticker. And then maybe I can use this quote sticker to finish everything out here. I like that it's fall y'all on top of the crate box there, since it will be fall by the time that hits. So we're going to try and see if I can bring in the other quote I pulled up here at the top, maybe. But this one says first day of fall, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. I had to look it up too to see when the actual first day of fall was, so I put it on the right spot. But apparently it is on the 22nd, so I will move it to there and then maybe just try to put it there at the very bottom of the days and not take up too much space where I need to write. And because I have that quote down there, I think it would be better for me to put the "It's Fall Y'all" up here at the top. Unfortunately, I didn't have any other quotes that were really generic enough to use other than these fall quotes, so it is up there at the top. I know it's not quite fall yet, but September does feel like a fall month to me. September, October, November, so we'll kind of fudge it. So now I'm going to put in this washi tape, and let's talk about this for a second. So I did my standard kind of 3 sets of washi tape layered, and using that really skinny, not super skinny, but skinnier washi to keep the space in the boxes. And I will say, once I am all done with the spread and filmed and everything, I really think it would have been a better spread had I put the washi just at the bottom and didn't put any in the middle. So if you're going to do this spread or something similar, I highly recommend you just layer the bottom, because I feel like once I actually got this all done, that the washi tape was a bit more of a distraction than it needed to be on the spread. In my personal opinion, I think it came out cute. I really like the tree idea, but I felt like the washi tape actually interfered with the clean lines of the tree and like the apples falling. I think it just would have been a lot better with a nice clean, layer of washi at the very bottom of the entire spread and called it a day. These are things you kind of figure out, and I've gone back and forth with myself. I'm like, I should fix this. I should just like pull up that washi and redo it. Then I'm like, it's just washi. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, don't overthink it. I go back and forth. It's definitely the indecisiveness in me. I see a better solution and I want to fix it, if you will, instead of leaving it as is. But really, I'm the only one going to see it. And, well, you guys see it too. I guess you see it. But I've already mentioned why I like it, the other way. So you kind of know that there was an alternative. Is it really worth it to pull up the washi and redo it just to make me feel better? It might be. I'm talking myself through it right now, and I'm like, oh, I kind of think maybe I should just go ahead and do it. It's funny. It's funny like that. Little quirks about me, you guys. Anywho, but for now, I'm going to lay it out just basically exactly how you see it there on the wax paper. So I'm just moving things over. I really, really like this spread. Aside from that little washi hiccup, I think that it just came out really, really good. I mean, it was just like clean, and the idea is totally there, but it's not overwhelming. It's very classic looking. Really liked it. Sometimes I come up with good ideas, you guys. Sometimes. I've been on the struggle bus lately, but I feel like this one was a really good idea. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out with the washi, putting that down. Layering it. I do like that the washi kind of continues out the "It's Fall Y'all" quote, and then like kind of fills up the rest of the space in those empty boxes. I feel like that really works. But again, it was between that and just putting it at the bottom. I think putting it at the bottom would have been the best solution. And I'm going to go ahead and trim out the holes here so that it's ready to go when I move it over into my planner. I'm just using my little precision cutter for that. Really like that thing. And we're going to try to roll off this tree because if I try to do it by hand, it will probably get all messed up. So we will roll it off and try to align it best I can. I did a pretty good job on the wax paper, making sure everything was exactly where I want it, except for that top piece had a little gap, so I'll lay that in separately. Just smoothing things out, making sure there's no wrinkles in it. Yeah, and here I'll just make sure the grains are all matched up and there's no gap between the washi tape so it looks continuous. We will drop in my little branch as well, but try to move it over with the leaves. It is a little tricky, this part, because nothing is really touching for the most part except for the branch. So it does take me a minute to get all these little stickers off. And then I started laying the branch down a little too early because I didn't quite line up the end of the branch. It has to be able to be trimmed off properly so it looks like it goes off the page. So I had to make an adjustment there. And we rolled that part off, which came off pretty good. And then here, like I said, some of these I'll move over by hand, some of them I will try to roll off. First we're going to do the trimming. Let's get a cleaner look here so the page doesn't stick down to the surface. And that is looking good. Get these last guys over. I tried to roll it off, but it was almost futile. It's basically just for placement. But once I am done with this part of it, you guys, and everything's laid in, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment too if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye!